Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Fio, the solution architect for APAC. So today, I would try to share some of about the compliance readiness, how to do the assessment. Honestly, I'm not the expert on this area. So if you are interested of the topic today, so we can arrange another session with our compliance expert. So I think every organization, they want to have the compliance. But the challenge is we also find that in the next 2 years, the cost is increasing. And at the same time, I'm not sure whether you agree with me. Personally, I think the compliance is always a double-edged sword. Sometimes it also limits your productivity and your innovations. And finally, we find that most of the organizations, even though they have the compliance, and they still using some of the manual work, it requires quite a lot of the labor. How to deal with the compliance is not a one-off, but every year you have to do that. And the existing, what we find that is the solution is not as effective as we think of. And most of the organizations, they will focus on the self-assessment. So they may find that whether we can comply for this regulation compliance, and at the same time, how can we fulfill all these requirements. But at the same time, we will also miss how, if this is possible, can we expand the compliance to our partner, our vendors, and how can we do that? And with our existing solutions, the evidence is quite scattered. It means that we may leverage different tools, we use different portals to gather the all information what we require to fulfill the compliance. And the last one is, we have to back and forth work with the auditors, how they comment on your report, and if in case there is anything is missing. So there is also back and forth, is time consuming on this area. So today I would like to introduce for SecurityScorecard, actually we are a cyber risk rating company, but we also provide the capabilities from the compliance angle. How can we understand where for those security posture or my current rating, what is the relationship with the different compliance framework? So the first one, we are able to provide the audit of any organization. It means that you can just simply input the company name on our platform. You can access the cybersecurity rating of this organization. And then you can switch to the compliance module. And then you will understand whether this organization, they fulfill of the ISO, they fulfill of any other, for example, is a SOX tool, any of this compliance your company want to assess. So as you can see that we have the pre-built compliance module, which is the compliance view on different framework, NIST, CSF, ISO, and also you can use our pre-built questionnaire. Our pre-built questionnaire is already have the mapping with different regulations. So it means that you can just simply use our template to send out to your audience, or you can modify our security questionnaires and then to be your own one and manage under our platform. And at the same time, you can also save the time. It means that you can send out those questionnaires as a batch. For example, for hundreds or thousands of a company, by the schedule, send at once every year. And the benefits for the recipient is that they don't have to fill up all the questions every year. If there is some similar questions they have filled up last year, our system will help them to auto fill up those questions. So we can help the organization to make better and fast decision with this module. So the first one is to give you the overview to understand when you switch to the compliance module, what can you see? So the first one, you see the 98, which is our cyber risk rating, the overall rating of this organization. But you can switch to the compliance view to understand whether the security issue we observe, we found on this organization is comply to the regulation or is conflict violate to the different chapters. So of course, we just provide the outside-in angle to give you the insight of the security posture. So that's why you will see there is some white box. It's still open, which we don't cover at the moment. And you can simply just click into those red box. Then you will understand any security posture you have to follow up and prioritize. At the same time, we can also provide, which is the compliance questionnaire. So you can see on the right-hand side is one of the examples for the ISO 27001, which is they have a new release version. And you can make use of the template we already provided and then send out to any of the organizations. But at the same time, you can also make your own one. It means that you can upload your own spreadsheet, which you are using the Excel spreadsheet already. So follow the template of our questionnaire and then upload to our platform. So you can, and then you can make use of our platform, just as I mentioned earlier, you can send to over 100, over thousands of organizations. Just set the schedule, set the time, and then set the due dates of the questionnaire. Once any of the questionnaire is complete, you will receive the notification, and then you can check what is going on, what's the status. In case you find any question is not accepted, or we can also provide the mapping with the security findings. One of our very particular questions we will always ask is, what about your patch management? We will provide the different multiple choice. Maybe my patch management is once a week, maybe is 2 weeks, or maybe 1 month, one times per month. So I think most of the organizations, they will provide the best answers. And for us, if we receive the questionnaire, we can just trust because we don't have any evidence to justify whether this answer is correct or not. But with our security mappings, you can just simply map into our patching cadence module. In case those companies, they respond a very good answer, we do the patch twice every 14 days. But if we observe from this organization, they still have any patch cadence, which is outdated for 45 days, is not patched. So this is what we can observe from the external angle, and then we can, based on this evidence, to help you to justify the questions, the answers. So with the compliance module, and we can have different use cases with a security scorecard. For the enterprise self-monitoring, or even if you want to expand these capabilities to your supply chains. And the cyber insurance, and many of us underwriters, they will use the cyber risk report to evaluate whether the customer, what is the premium and what is the protection they can provide at the moment. So also you can see that we have a different M&A, due diligence, compliance, etc. So today I would like to share a little bit more because from the cyber risk angle. It's about the third-party risk management, is supply chain. So we observed that from the last 3 years, the supply chain's attack is increasing rapidly. It's about 2020, there is a 400% increase compared to the last year. And every year, we can see that some of the accidents, the incident is related to your third parties, not your own organizations. So what can we do with our suppliers? So even though in the new version of ISO 27001, it requires the organization to establish a supply chain risk management. So with SecurityScorecard, you can see on the right-hand side, without any information provided by the customer, we just connect from the internet. So we can gather what is the benchmarking for the industry, for your organization, and your third party, how many third and fourth party is connecting to your organization, how many CVEs, how many threat actors are connecting to them. So this is the first step. You get the visibility to understand the ecosystem of your supply chain. I just simply take any example on our platform. So you can see that just in our platform, at the top, you can just like Google search. You can search any organization, and then you can get the overall security rating of this organization. At the same time, if you switch to the vendor detection, which is the third party and the fourth party module, so you can see the supply chain risk score, which is the average scoring of your total is 500 of the third party and also the 15,000 of your fourth parties. So this is the first step. You get the visibility to understand any of these third party and fourth parties are connecting to your organizations. And the next one is from the attack surface angle. We would like to understand my current rating, what is the relationship if we interpret into the security threats? So you will see that how many infection, how many threat actors, CVEs, even though the ransomware, from the attack surface angle to understand for any of these high risk evidence or issues, we have to follow up. This is another very good example. Is if today we receive the 0-day vulnerabilities, so what can we deal with these alerts? So the first one we can make an example is a 40 OS. I received a 0-day for the 40 OS, 40 appliance. So how can I quickly to sort out how many assets those facing to the internet, they are using the 40 OS. They have the 40 OS. So with our ASI, which is attack surface intelligence, you can have a very quick sort out to understand any of those assets under your organization. They are using this vulnerable software or the operating system. And you can also expand these capabilities to your third party and your fourth party, which is under your monitoring list. At the same time, you can also apply some of the filters you think this is related to your organization. For example, it's a ransomware susceptible remote access. So we can quickly sort out, maybe we have 100 of the third party and the suppliers. How can I have a very quick look up to understand any of this organization? They have the public facing access, which we observe have the ransomware susceptible remote access. So you can sort out the list based on this dashboard. And then the next, you can create a questionnaire. You can send a questionnaire to this organization. Or even though you can send an invitation to this company, they can see the report of their own security posture. Because we will provide the free trial version. So once the recipient, they receive your invitations, so they can create a free trial account and then to get the full access to all their security posture. So they can dip into different categories to understand whether these are issues, and then they can follow the recommendation to have the remediation. Another most of the organization will concern is about the incident. So how quickly can we be notified if there is an incident happen on one of our key supplier? So maybe after weeks or months we will be understand of this accident is happening. But with a security scorecard, we will also keep track of different security breach, the incident is happen on different organizations. So, for example, today you have 100 of the vendors under your monitoring list. You just simply create the notifications. Whenever one of them have the incident, you just get the notifications, and then you will be notified and understand. So at the same time, this will help the organization if they are running the vendor risk management program or they have a different risk assessment, they can make use of this data. Another one we will concern is about the dark web. So if one of my key supplier, they have been posted on the dark web for the ransom, so we can quickly to get this information as well. So this can be one of the additional insight and information can help us to judge whether we still put all our service on this single supplier if we don't have any backup plan, any contingency plan. So this can help for the management when they to make the assessment. So they can have additional insight, help them, so they can consider maybe if we put all this service on just a single supplier, so what is the outcome what is the risk we have to take? So based on this information, we can have discussions with the management whether we can source another supplier. So as a summary, I would like to share is for Security Scorecard, you don't have to install any software. You don't have to provide any information. All this data is publicly available in the internet. And for Security Scorecard, we just consolidate all this external security posture from a company view to let you understand what is your current security positioning, especially compare to your peer, to your competitors. So which area you are doing good, which one can be improved. And at the same time, you can also expand these capabilities for your vendor risk control, vendor risk management. So with this visibility, you can also streamline with the security questionnaire, can save your labor costs, your labor powers. So this one is, you can see that from Security Scorecard. And this is what we want to share with you today. So in case you are interested on any areas, so just visit our booth. We can generate the report for you. Thank you.